tried to unalive yourself, but you cut your wrist or something when you came back from war, or was you
Yeah,
in?
yeah, that
I don't
was
know.
one of the times.
Did you ever go to war? Was you in war?
Yeah.
Was it the one my brother was in, Afghanistan?
No, I wasn't in Afghanistan. I caught a piece of the first Gulf War. I was in Bosnia, Rwanda, Somalia, Kosovo, and a bunch of places that to this day are still classified.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying about that, but I mean, like, which the
Bam. We should be good. We should be good now. So we don't get defeated. We don't get to. Oh, holy shit.
We should be good now.
Okay, shut up, dude. We are good. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay. So, like I was saying when you guys couldn't hear me, so I'll start over. Kathy, never seen you before. Going to give you a moderator, but it's not for you to use as a hammer. It's just that people don't come in and try to look like you. They don't clone you. And you can click on other people's channels if they come in or whatever and check out their channels. So Betty, again, is interviewing her friend Brad, her friend that she has been, I mean, they've been friends for like, I think they say since 2016. That's what Brad says. I think it's been like maybe since 2020. I don't know. But he you know, he used to go on stream and like hang out with that fucking sicko Mark Salo, and put spells on people like myself. And you know, this guy Brad literally has been charged with and convicted of making false terrorism reports. Okay, so he literally tried to swat people on the internet. People that he didn't like, he called the FBI and tried to make up a story to get the cops to go to somebody else's house. And when they did their investigations, they found he was lying and charged him. So this is Betty's friend, and she's known about this for a long time because, you know, I found this stuff out and I posted it. She ignored it. She didn't give a fuck. It was just another guy that was going to bat for her, you know. Like I said, you know, these people, these fucking sick guys that roam around on the internet and will fucking do anything for anybody that identifies as a female, and lie for them and troll for them, even though they know that they're in the wrong. You know, these are these relationships that occur is what we're gonna hear here in just a few minutes when Bwad makes his entrance.
You know.
Where was the shooting?
Oil wells trying to.
Oops. Hold on. I don't want you guys to miss anything.
Near Rwanda, Somalia.
Brad, do you want to come up? Yeah, but they don't keep you for a month or so, because like when I unalived myself, they only kept me for 6 days, but it was
when I unalived myself.
Because I
hold on.
myself. But
So
they only kept me for 6
you mean
days.
you attempted to unalive yourself?
They keep you here for 3 months.
She said when I killed myself. So what? What? I think you attempted to, lady. And that's your whole fucking brain dead. Let's remember that Betty is the queen of. You know, when she has a brain fart, she blames it on her brain injury. So we can't get mad at her guests if they do the same thing today, can we? Oh, we might just be able to laugh at it though.
Yeah, they can if they feel like you got, you know.
No,
like
I'm saying here in Toronto, they can keep you here in Toronto. They can.
So I just gave up until I thought a few days later it'd probably come out of what's
You know more than we do.
live myself, but they only kept me.
A big rush to his mommy's house.
I admit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, this one, Daryl Brooks, he.
All right, here we go.
Hearing and stuff. He did unalive very grandmas and grandpas that were there, you know, to see their grandkids. He did. He hurt them. And he was driving like 50 or 60 miles an hour, just running over kids and running over
Brad backstage.
people, literally. Like, oh, there's Brad. I see him. Welcome,
Hi,
Brad.
Betty. Yeah, this,
Okay, so what's
if he's got PTSD and he's from the military, the minimum they hold you's a month. At any VA hospital, 1 month minimum to make sure the meds are working.
mm-hmm.
I know that because,
So they
well,
held
I've
him.
been to the VA.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm gonna go for a cigarette, so I'll just be quiet. Because it's like really
Go
windy
ahead, baby.
outside.
Oh, it's fine.
And
You're fine, baby.
and I've got issues with PTSD. I'll admit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also, after I tried dealing with it on my own and was real close to taking my own life, I got help.
Right. Which
Thankfully,
you said,
thankfully
I
a
heard you
cop,
say,
huh?
I heard you say the other day when you wasn't watching my comments, I heard you say
Okay.
that,
Okay. So you heard that right there. She threw that little sly jab at him. I heard that the other day when you couldn't read my comments, when you weren't reading my comments. So she's really, really angry with, dude. We have seen her do some fucking shit because she has gotten offended when she's disrespected by another streamer that she calls a friend. I mean, she's done this to DFK before. Literally, she took $100 from him on live stream from DFK because he let me on his stream and did not fucking go ballistic, and we actually spoke like men, and I wouldn't say we got along, but we were able to have a conversation, and she was over here trying to get people to think that I was just running around calling her all kinds of fucking stupid ass shit, when really there's no proof of that. It's everything that I ever shown or have said is anything that she has said from her own words. And so she's done this to people before. This is like a punishment type of ritual that she's doing. But this one, I mean, she's taking this one to another level, because she's going to call him on some fucking military shit. She's like, because this dude wanted to come in with the military talk. So, hey, she's going to call him out. She's going to ask him to show some kind of proof. Let's see what happens.
you had tried to unalive yourself, but you cut your wrist or something when you came back from war? Or
Yeah, yeah, that
I don't
was
know.
one of the times.
Did you ever go to war? Was you in war?
Yeah,
Was it the one my brother was in, Afghanistan?
no, I wasn't in Afghanistan. I caught a piece of the first Gulf War. I was in Bosnia, Rwanda, Somalia, Kosovo, and a bunch of places that to this day are still classified.
Yeah, I know what you're saying about that. But I mean, like, which the Gulf War would would have been Desert Storm?
Yeah, the first one, Desert Storm. I caught a piece of it.
Yeah, they were in and out within a week. That was fast. That was a fast one.
It made it seem like a week for you guys, but we were actually there for 8 months.
8 months.
Yep.
See what we got told, but we get lied to, right? Because one of my two of the people that was family members was in the Navy. So they were on the ship and they would call, you know, and kind of let people know what was up. They had went in. This was the words that was said.
Okay, so she's saying that the war lasted 8 days. He's saying that the war lasted 8 months. It says here, okay, so Operation Desert Shield, which marked the military buildup from August of 1990 to 1991, to January of 1991. So that was the buildup. Operation Desert Storm, which began with the aerial bombing campaign against Iraq on 17th of January 1991 and came to a close with the American-led liberation of Kuwait on the 28th of February. So not even a full month. So they're both wrong, but she was closer. I mean, there was that lead up. So if you add in the lead up, then yeah, there's you know, but here we go.
They went in, and within like 7 days, they had already took over everything, and then they won. Like, we won, right? They were able to do whatever, and we won. That was, I mean, it seemed like a quick war because they said the war was over, and that was like within like 6-7 days. Now,
Well,
I
that
don't know
was
if they just stayed to clean up messes.
that was the regular army. I was special forces.
Mm-hmm.
We were there for 8 months because there was still a lot of Red Guard trying to reblow the oil wells, trying to pick off the oil well firefighters and everything else. As a matter of fact, I took grenade shrapnel under my left arm when I was there.
Because that one is known as like the smallest war we ever had. Like, it was like we went in, kicked ass, and that was it, you know, pretty much. But I'm sure like some of the military had to stay and do other things and tidy things up. Also, when we had wars, we go and we rebuild their stuff.
Yeah,
Their
there
stuff
was
that
a
was
lot
wrong.
of there was a lot of engineers in Kuwait trying to help them rebuild.
Kristen, if you want to come up and speak, here's the link. You just hit this link, and then you come up and you can speak.
But
So really, it was like an 8-month process for you because you guys were tidying stuff up, still garden stuff, and then they were probably rebuilding stuff as well there.
yeah.
But I didn't think that they did a lot of damage though. It was really quick as far as you guys go, as far as everybody going in and coming out.
Well, they did a lot of damage to oil fields.
It was fairly quick. Desert Storm was.
Yeah.
From what
Yep.
I remember I got a T-shirt that said Desert Storm on it with an eagle, you know, and a flag, and then it was over. Like, that was they'd already what is it called? When we win the war, they what's that word called? They surrender.
Yeah, they surrendered. However, another reason that my group was over there was because we got orders from the president directly to find and assassinate Saddam Hussein.
Not a Desert Storm.
Yes, ma'am. Right in Desert Storm, we were told to take him out. And at the last possible moment.
Saddam Hussein was for the Afghanistan.
Nope.
No, Dodo, that was Osama bin Laden. God damn, here we go.
Hussein was
Saddam,
for the Afghanistan because he was
no,
there.
Saddam Hussein was in Iraq. He was the leader of Iraq. And we were told to take him out. And at the last possible moment, I personally got the call to stand down.
Your ass personally got the call to stand down. You. Okay, guy.
Which meant that the mission was being aborted and we would extract.
But I'm really confused because that's not where the war even was. It wasn't through.
Yeah. The Gulf War happened when Iraq invaded Kuwait.
I thought that was the Afghanistan war.
No. Afghanistan
Holy
happened after
shit.
9/11.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I know that, but I thought that that's what happened, though.
No. After 9/11.
What's that fucking music in the background? God damn, she don't even have her facts right. Oh, fuck. And he's telling it right so far. I mean, does that mean that he was in the military? No.
When we went into Afghanistan and Iraq, that was the second time we were in the Gulf. Desert Storm happened when Iraq invaded Kuwait and blew up their oil wells and other things.
And let's be clear, the other things that he's talking about are actually mosques. And like, they were fucking old, historic fucking temples and shit like that. Yeah. It's pretty fucked up.
And we were told...
what is DEVGRU?
DVGRU DevGru. It's oh shit. Christian asked me that and I told him that I'm tired, my brain ain't working properly, and it's not.
Oh! He uses Betty tactics. Blames it on the brain injuries. DevGru is the Naval Special Warfare Development Group, abbreviated as DevGru Development Group, and commonly known as SEAL Team 6, is the United States Navy component of the Joint Special Operations Command. The unit is often referred to within JSOC as Task Force Blue. How do you not know that if you were ex-Special Forces?
I haven't really slept in like 2 weeks, so.
What the fuck?
2 weeks.
Yeah. I've been having a lot of things going on and my body's been hurting me, so I haven't really been sleeping so good. I get a
But do you know
couple
what that is,
hours.
though, in the military?
Yeah, I know what it is. I just can't think of it right this moment.
Oh.
Because my brain's sleep deprived and it's not letting me pull it up.
She can't call him on the brain injury. I mean, that's a good tactic that he used, because I mean, that's her fucking main go-to whenever she brain farts. So I mean, you could say he kind of learned it from her.
Right. You never did show me any pictures of you or anything when you was like, do you have any pictures of you? Like, you know how like when you sign up and stuff, what you look like when you was young?
Uh-oh. I'll tell you one thing. He should already be moving right now. He should already be up and moving, going to grab a fucking framed picture off of a wall. But he didn't even twitch. Well, he might have twitched, but that's from other shit.
You probably don't have any of the war or anything like that, but I mean, do you have any of you like, you know, when you got your military gear on and stuff? Because like my stepdad
My
was
mom,
27 and a half years, he has that, and then my brother, my uncles, you know, not my uncle, but they're like my uncles have that.
yeah, my mom had those pictures because I told her, you know, hold on to them for me. When I get out, I'll take them.
Okay, well, let me let you know that this guy has had an awful relationship with his mother, from what he has told all the chatters and being in the chat. So, why would you trust her to have your shit? But okay.
Uh-huh.
And she said, "Oh yeah, I'm proud of you. I'll hold on to them, no problem." And when I came home, I found out that she had burned them.
She burned them. She burned them? Uh-oh. Red flag number 1. Hey, that's a clue.
Burned, but yeah, but the military has them forever.
The military does.
What's up, Heels? Yes, the other Betty. Yes, you got it.
They kind of take a picture like as if, you know, you're in the yearbook of high school. You know, everybody.
This is Betty talking to her friend from 2016 is what he says. I don't think I've heard that from her, which I know it's not even true, because when he first came into the scene and started casting spells on people like myself, he didn't know anything about this situation. Maybe they knew each other offline, or maybe they only knew each other from her FUBAR website. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe, but she. I mean, like I said, I've made videos showing where this guy has been convicted of making false reports of terrorism. So literally trying to get people swatted that he doesn't like on the internet, trying to get them swatted. So he calls the FBI, makes up a story. They fucking look into it, and he is found making shit up. But she never questioned that. Nope. But she's finally fucking questioning his special forces and Purple Hearts.
When you're in the military, you get that picture taken, and it's
There
usually,
is.
if you're young, it's a young picture of you. You know.
There is a picture of me. I've been trying to find it again.
Yeah, I made a video showing the article in the paper, in the Cobble Skill paper.
And I've been getting a red tape runaround. It's of me and my buds graduating class.
Yeah, like something like that. You don't have that, or they can't provide that for you?
I'm getting the red tape runaround.
Mr. Purple Heart getting... I'm sorry, I know I'm spoiling it for you guys. Yes, because he's told the internet all kinds of shit before, so I know all kinds of shit about him, but So yeah, he's getting the red tape. He's getting blackballed, but he's a Purple Heart recipient. He's a Medal of Honor recipient. Are we going to see any of those Purple Hearts and Medals of Honor? Or are they locked away in a special place? I won't spoil that one.
So what did they say on your DD 214? Because that's what I know you get when you get released. Because Brad had
My
one,
DD
and that was my ex.
My DD
Yeah,
214 states that I was 1180 and I was honorably medically discharged.
Medical honor.
Honorably medically discharged. This is after you took, what did he say? Shrapnel from a fucking grenade? So it's got to be that's got to be why, right? And he can provide this kind of paperwork, right? Let's see it.
Honorable medical discharge.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I cannot sit behind a desk and tell people what to do.
Whoa. They medically discharged you because you couldn't sit behind a desk and tell people what to do. That would sound like you would have retired, then they would have given you an honorable discharge, and then you would have done whatever you wanted to, continue with your career. But instead you didn't want to. That sounds like a lot of bullshit right there, Bwad.
I got to be able to get out there and do it myself.
Yeah. So when you do like your medicine and you go to the doctor and stuff, do you go to the VA like my brother and my dad do?
I can, yeah, but I tend to use the VA more for my mental health. But
I'm
as
saying
far
you go
as my,
you go to their facility, you go like everything that you do you do it through the VA because it's paid for life?
not everything. I've got my the doctor that I see, who's my primary physician. He worked at the VA, and he remembered me.
Who gives a fuck if he worked at the goddamn VA? What the fuck does that make anything better for you as showing any kind of credentials? Because you're not showing anything yet.
He was my doctor, and so he worked out a deal where I don't have to drive all the way out to the VA, because that's like 45 minutes away by car. Because it's in Albany, and I live in Coble.
By car. Well, what are you traveling by horse lately, or?
Skill. So what happens is when I go to see my doctor, he'll put in all the paperwork, and I still get my travel pay.
Yeah, for military, right?
Yeah, and it's billed through my TRICARE and everything, so I'm good to go.
Now, do you have your little military ID thing that, like, my dad carries around because he gets discounts?
There's no reason why he shouldn't have at least this on him. Okay? And after this, I mean, come on.
And stuff like that.
I do have one, however, I have it in a safe deposit box at the First Bank of Texas in Temple, Texas, along with a 9mm and 1 round that's got my name on it.
Holy shit! So, Betty, if you make him go find that, he's might not gonna come back. What the fuck is he saying, dude? Oh my god. Did he just tell people that he has a lockbox, a suicide lockbox? Like, what the fuck? Oh shit.
You don't keep it with you at all times, like a Social Security is paid for
Not
life?
everything. I've got my the doctor that I see, who's my primary physician, he worked at the VA, and he remembered me. He was my doctor.
No, Heels. I do believe that he was in the military. I think he was in. He sounds like he was like he did some time in the military. He probably got into trouble or did something and got kicked out. He has a dishonorable, and he is not going to show it, discharge somewhere. And I mean, we all know his name. His name is the name on his fucking right there on the screen. It says it right there. So, yeah. Might have to check it out. I mean, I already know. Like I said, he's told all these stories and shit about how he's special forces. This guy can't even fucking add 2 + 2, and never has. Okay, come on.
And so he worked out a deal where I don't have to drive all the way out to the VA, because that's like 45 minutes away by car. Because it's in Albany, and I live in Cobleskill. So what happens is when I go to see my doctor, he'll put in all the paperwork, and I still get my travel pay.
Yeah, for military, right?
Yeah, and it's billed through my TRICARE and everything, so I'm good to go.
Now, do you have your little military ID thing that, like, my dad carries around because he gets discounts and stuff like that?
I do have one. However, I have it in a safe deposit box at the First Bank of Texas in Temple, Texas, along with a 9mm and 1 round that's got my name on it.
You don't keep it with you at all times, like a social.
And as a good friend Betty is, she completely ignores that shit right there, where he pretty much says that, you know, he plans to commit suicide someday. She is not going to even touch it.
Security or a license?
Nope. I don't even keep.
You get your veteran discounts.
I don't even have my medals with me. They're all laying in that box. Because if I ever open that box,
What kind of medals?
Congressional medal.
Why would, if you ever open that box and it's full of all these fucking medals and honors, what is wrong with this guy? Oh my god. No, yeah, he said it's at the, I think he said the First Bank or something like that in Temple, Texas.
Of Honor, Purple Hearts with clusters, Bronze Stars, Silver Stars, Marksman, my paratrooper wings.
Hold on. Did he say paratrooper wings or rings? Which one was that, dude? What the fuck? Oh shit.
Because I cannot sit behind the desk and tell people what to do. I got to be able to get out there and do it myself.
Yeah. So when you do like your medicine and you go to the doctor and stuff, do you go to the VA like my brother and my dad do?
I can, yeah, but I tend to use the VA more for my mental health. But as far as my,
you go to their facility, you go, like, everything that you do you do it through the VA because it's paid for life?
Not everything. I've got my the doctor that I see, who's my primary physician. He worked at the VA, and he remembered me. He was my doctor, and so he worked out a deal where I don't have to drive all the way out to the VA, because that's like 45 minutes away by car. Because it's in Albany, and I live in Cobleskill. So what happens is when I go to see my doctor, he'll put in all the paperwork, and I still get my travel pay.
Yeah, for military, right?
Yeah, and it's billed through my
Content warning. Content warning.
Go.
Now, do you have your little military ID thing that, like, my dad carries around because he gets discounts and stuff like that?
I do have one, however, I have it in a safe deposit box at the First Bank of Texas in Temple, Texas, along with a 9mm and 1 round that's got my name on it.
You don't keep it with you at all times, like a Social Security or a license? 'Cause
Nope.
it shows that
I don't even
that's
keep.
how you get your veteran discounts.
I don't even have my medals with me. They're all laying in that box. Because if I ever open that
Medals.
box,
What kind of medals?
Congressional Medal of Honor, Purple Hearts with clusters, Bronze Stars, Silver Stars, Marksman, my paratrooper wings.
Don't you get silver stars like when you help someone out or something that's hurt?
Yep. You also if it's bad enough, if the pardon the French, but if the shit's hit the fan enough, you can also get Congressional Medals of Honor and Purple Hearts. Those are usually awarded posthumously.
Yeah, and isn't Purple Hearts usually the president does it though?
Yep. Same with Congressional Medal of Honor. I met Clinton.
So that's a high one.
Yeah. Yeah. If you get a Congressional Medal of Honor or a Purple Heart, the President of the United States will.
You're telling a lot of stories, bud, because are you going to show any of this? Nothing.
Will read your letters to him and answer if you call.
Right. Which my dad never, I mean, my stepdad was an E9 when he retired, and he was in 27 and a half years. My brother was in four years. He started in 2001, and then we went to war in the Army National Guard, and he picked it because nobody ever, Army National Guard usually doesn't go to war. And as soon as they was shaving his head, they told him they were going to war, that they were going to war. But like
Yeah.
on the Purple Heart, that means something else though. That's something else. What's that mean?
Purple Heart means you basically had to die or come extremely close to dying, saving your brothers.
See, I thought Purple Heart was if you was wounded, like a wounded veteran, and you got
Yeah.
wounded by being in the war.
Yeah,
Like yourself,
That's
like
what
you. Like you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said to get a Purple Heart, you have to almost die or die saving your brothers. Meaning, like for me, the first one I got happened because I took grenade shrapnel and it damn near killed me.
Now,
I damn
doesn't
near
a
lost.
Purple Heart stay up on a Purple Heart
Huh?
stays up on the thing though? Purple. If you got a Purple Heart, it stays up on some kind of website. I heard.
I heard that there's a Purple Heart registry online, but it doesn't cover before the internet. It covers a lot, and it covers a lot of the guys that died. But
No, it's always
it
it's for
doesn't.
everybody. They have a whole registry for everybody who ever got a Purple Heart. They got a whole registry.
Oh shit, he said before the internet. Oh, bam. Bro, there's a fucking website that dates back to anybody wounded or killed while serving on or after the 5th of April 1917. I think you should be on that list, bud.
For them.
I'll have to look in that because
Every in every different military thing, they have a whole thing of who got Purple Hearts. But actually, it's like it's the Medal of Honor.
The Congressional
She's wrong about that. The Purple Heart is not the Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor, I've got a couple of those. To be precise, I have 3. And I can tell you when I got each one of them, what I was doing when I got each one of them, and the amount of pain I now have because of each one of them.
And this was because I'm kind of interviewing you now because you asked me to, but this was when this was the Desert Storm one, right?
That's when I got put in for my first Congressional Medal of Honor and Purple Heart. Yeah. I didn't get the Congressional then, but I was put in for it.
Okay.
Wait, he's told people that he has Purple Hearts. He's fucking lying.
So how long was you in military?
I spent 6 years.
So
I call 6 months.
you
With
spent
Uncle
from
Sam.
1980 something.
No, I went in.
I think of when I was.
I got.
I didn't even have my driver's license yet. Whenever, and you're the same age as me, right?
No, I'm 49.
I'm 48, but I was only like 14 or 15, maybe even 13 when the Gulf War was, when the Desert Storm War was. So they allowed you to go in at 15?
I was 17 when Gulf War hit. I went in on what is called early enlistment, or at least it was. I don't know what it's called now. They allowed me to enlist early. I came back after. Doing basics. I came back to finish high school and, well, got expelled and got my GED and went in. Did my AIT
Now, see, I
and
know.
kept going.
Now, see, I know let me figure out my layout here. Hang on. My layout differently. There we go. Are you still with us, SDA?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So, hang on just a second. Okay. So there's always going to be a place where you can find the Purple Heart, everybody that's gotten a Purple Heart. And Desert Storm, and it says that you have to be 17 years old, because I already looked this up. You have to be 17 years old to enlist in any military, and that is with a signature from your parents.
My stepfather signed it. He helped me get a rather nice deal with my recruiter.
Yeah, it's saying it was August 2nd, 1990 to February 28th, 1991 was the Gulf War.
Yep, and I got a piece of the tail end of it. My mom didn't care if I left. In fact, she was more than happy to see me leave. Most moms will cry when their sons are going away, but nope, she was actually happy. I asked her why she was so happy that I was joining the military. Her exact words were, "Maybe you'll die."
Well, Well, that's horrible. So where did you do your basic training?
And that's who you trusted with all your fucking belongings? Weird.
At?
Fort Bragg. For part
Fort
of it.
Bragg?
Yep, for part of it. Fort Benning for another part of it.
I've heard of Fort Bragg. Where is that located?
Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. And then the other one
Fort Benning, Georgia.
is Georgia.
Yep, I went through Benning for jump.
And then you said you was Army or National Guard?
Army.
You
Active
was the
duty.
Army. Active duty Army.
Special Forces.
Now, on the Special Forces, what exactly is the Special Forces?
Special Forces is an umbrella term that is used for Rangers, the Green Berets, the Navy SEALs, Marine Recon, and a little known group that nobody is supposed to know about called the IT or the Unit. Its true name is Delta Force.
Delta Force. Okay, so you was an airborne ranger then?
I went through jump training. I was in the unit. But I
In the
went through
unit?
training. I was Delta Force. But I did jump with Rangers. There's some tough boys. I did some training with them.
See, it's so weird because in 1990, I was 14 years old. You're a year older than me. You would have been 15.
I caught a piece of I caught the tail end. I went in early. My stepfather signed
But then
everything.
1991 would have been 16. You would have had to have been 17 by February 28th for the tail end of it.
I know that I got the tail end of it. That's how I know how long I was there.
Because I know,
and they've changed. They changed a lot of the laws now. Since I got out, they've been changing the laws on who can get in, who can't.
It always says 17 whenever I looked it up not too long ago for somebody, and it always said age 17. And that's with the parent's signature. And actually both parents' signature, it said. Like as if you're getting married type of thing, because you're going into duty, active duty with the military.
Well, my stepfather had some pull, and his brother and his sister who were in. His brother at the time was a Green Beret, and his sister-in-law was intelligence. So I honestly think they pulled some strings just to get me out of the environment I was in, because it was not a good environment the way I grew up, and they knew it.
Right. So you would have been 16. But see, you can't sign up when you're 16. I know you can't sign up when you're 16 because it says 17 max on all of them. And I did that like a month ago because somebody was asking me about it. And that's for everything. Every single military. It says 17.
It's 17, yes.
And it says with parent signature, which I'm sure they probably signed. But it's for 17 and 42. So from age 17 to 42 is the minimum and maximum age for enlistment.
They extended it. Used to be 35.
Some of them are 35. That is for the Air Force, but some of them are, there was different ones. Age limits for the Air Force, 17 to 39, Army, 17 to 35, Coast Guard, 17 to 31, Marine Corps,
So the
17
Army,
to 38.
the Army
It's
kept
still,
it the same.
it's still 17 to 35. Navy, 17 to 39, Space Force is 17 to 39. Is the age limit that you can join,
I do remember putting down a different birth date.
So you lied about
Oh, wow. Like that? You lied. You lied, you lied, you lied. You lie once, you lie millions of times if it has to do with military. Your military background. And you can't fucking provide one fucking shred of evidence? What the fuck, Betty? You guys have been friends for how long? This is pathetic, Betty.
your birthday.
Shaved a few months off of it.
But how can you do that when it comes to government though? Because like they have to have your birth certificate, they have to have your social security number. Once that social security number runs through, it says exactly how old you are. I mean, there's no way you could have been slick about that.
That's where I say I believe that my stepfather's brother and sister pulled some strings.
But even if they pulled strings, honey, by law, they can't even let you in. You was 16. You was way.
I got in.
Way under the limit. Like 16, you can't even try to get
Betty.
in.
Betty, different time.
No, it's still the same.
No, the laws have changed big time since I went in.
Yeah, but you could not have went in.
And they've gotten and they've gotten a lot stricter about it. Because I just talked to a recruiter to try to get someone in that's not in a good situation. They're in a situation kind of like what I was in. And he said, years ago, Brad, we could have gotten them in with no problem. But now everything is way too strict.
Even when they drafted back in Vietnam, they could only draft at 17.
They didn't even really run my social. I gave it to them.
The military could run your social?
Not really.
What?
The guy did a cut.
Go up your ass and down. They have to make sure that you're not a felon and everything. They go up your ass and down your throat, for real.
When I got into special forces and they started really backgrounding me and everything to make sure that I didn't have any psychiatric issues. I wasn't a felon. I wasn't a security risk in any way. Then they found out and they were like, oh shit, well, too late now. You're already here. You're already in. You already signed everything. You already went through basic.
Seems like they would have kicked you out if you would have lied and they found out. It seems like you would have went to that Leavenworth for that, because that's called lying to get in.
No, they when they found out, it wasn't until I had special forces. And they were like, well, you've already been through all your training. Uncle Sam's already invested all this money into you with training and everything. I got in trouble. I got in trouble big time over it. But no, I didn't get kicked out.
You got in trouble. Like how you get in trouble? Like, I don't know what you mean, get in trouble.
I went from an E5 to a E1, a split sleeve E1. I got demoted in pay for a year. No matter what I did, I wasn't going up in rank. I wasn't getting any more pay. I got the bare minimum of pay.
Well, from what I know,
and
if you
I had to do a lot of guard duty.
They would throw you out. They literally would throw you out. I don't care if
They
they find
didn't.
out you lie, especially about your birth, which they can't do that anyway. They're up your throat and down your ass about. I mean, we're talking the federal government. The federal government.
But Betty, back then they didn't have the resources they have now. As far as being able to instantly background you.
They fingerprint you.
Yeah.
And military is 20 years ahead at all times. They're 20 years ahead.
They didn't have the computers that they have now. The computers weren't as good as now.
They're the ones that had the computers. They've had them since 1975.
Actually, they've had computers since 1964.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
They were huge back then.
They can look you
up on anything. They
They
weren't all connected like they are now. Now, it literally takes them 5 minutes of you sitting in a recruiter's office to run everything.
Okay,
Back then,
let's go on to the next. Okay, so you're saying you ran for president and actually was on the ticket in New York.
I wasn't on the ticket. I would have been what's called a write-in candidate.
No, you would have been the Green Party is what you would have been. And that was the same time that Tiger King ran, and he was on the actual ballot. Was you?
No, I was a write-in candidate. I wasn't on the ballot. I didn't have the money to get on the ballot. I still don't, and I'm still running again. I ran in 2016.
But you honestly think that you can beat Trump?
If Trump gets the nominee, I'm still going to run, but I know I won't beat him.
But run for what, though? What are you running
I'll
for?
I'll still run for president. I ran in 2016, and he was running. I honestly, if it comes down to Trump, I know I can't beat him. I know I can't.
What the fuck are we even fucking talking about right now?
But that never stops me from trying.
Right. You said, though, that you was on a ballot. You got 450,000 votes.
Nationwide, as a write-in candidate, I got 450,000 votes using YouTube, Facebook, and a little bit of Twitter.
But where would the votes go? Like, when you get the votes, where would they go if you're not on a ticket, if you don't have a ticket, like, to vote?
When you're voting, at the very bottom, it has a space for you to write in a candidate if you don't like either one of them.
If you just put in Bwad, vote for Bwad, please, and I will change the world.
Fuck. Look at this guy. Betty has known about this shit for many years. Why she's acting like all of a sudden? I'll tell you why. Because he ignored her when she decided to go into his live stream, and he had been begging for her to come into his live stream. This is just recent.
But you also have to go register. You have to put in that you're running for president, because this is what Tiger King did.
Not to be a write-in candidate. You don't. Anybody can run and be what's called a write-in candidate, meaning if people want to vote for you, they write your name in as for president or for mayor or for congressman, anyone.
So I'm going to see, because on third party, they only got, I think it was 62,000 votes.
It goes Republican, Democrat, third party, then all the way down at the very bottom,
the Green Party.
You can write in a write-in candidate if you don't like them.
Yeah, but how would you know how many votes you got?
Because people told
How
me
would you
they
know?
voted for me. People told me they voted
But I
for
mean,
me.
how would you know though?
People told me they
But
voted
how
for
would you
me,
know
and
what they want
how would I
to
know
know?
if
That's what
they
I'm saying.
actually did? I don't know if they actually did. I'm going by the amount of people who told me they did. It's not like Joe Blow told me he voted for me, so I believe him. No,
Yeah,
it's
but you're talking like
Joe
450.
Blow's told me, and
Hold on, because you're talking about 450,000 people said that they voted for you. Where in the world is all your 450,000?
Holy shit! I never even heard him say that. I must have missed that. Holy shit! What in the fuck? This guy is delusional. But don't forget, this has been your best friend since, well, not your best friend, but he's been your good friend since 2013.
People. I don't even have 450,000 people. Like, where's your 450,000 people?
I had people on Twitter telling me that they had voted for me. I had people on Facebook telling me they voted for me. I had people on YouTube when I would go live that I didn't even know
Bullshit! Excuse me.
telling me, hey, I voted for you because they seen my videos. And I was like, okay, cool.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now. I'm going through it right now, the Green Party presidential primaries.
It wasn't Green Party. It's literally called write-in candidate.
Write-in candidate. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go to the write-in candidate. Write-in candidate. Because, I mean, if you really had that many people, you'd be really popular right now.
He is not having a good time right now. Holy shit. All that trolling you did for this fucking lady. All that lying you did for this lady. Now, look at this. Calls you out on live. Calls you out. You fucking weirdos. Both of you. Both of yous should be ashamed.
Everywhere.
Well, I have taken breaks off of making videos and everything. Lots of breaks off of making videos. I've taken
Yeah, but you would be like the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would be like the shit. Like,
What the fuck is he drinking, bro? I mean, he's fucking weird enough, bro. What the fuck was that? Looked like fucking trucker fucking juice.
the shit. Like, you'd be way up there, Brad.
I took a whole year off of making videos.
Yeah,
Bro, 400,000 people, he says. Let's just remember what he said. He said 400,000 people say that they voted for him for president as a write-in. Oh my god.
whether you make videos or not, sweetheart, what I'm saying is that you'd still have those 450,000 people. Like, you'd be making bank right now on your YouTube, your Facebook, your Twitter, everything. You'd be making bank.
I wish I was. I closed out my Twitter. It was Odin is God for Twitter. Odin is God 45. For my Facebook, I've made numerous pages since then because I've been hacked. And this is my second channel for YouTube.
Okay, it's saying that for the write-in candidate for New York, Brad Hingley, this is what it's saying right here. It's saying that nothing is found for you. Nothing. Right here.
He said, That was his fucking reaction.
it's possible that they were lying to me.
Hang on. Do you see it right there? It looks like there aren't many great matches for your search. Try using something different because this is all that comes up. This is it.
Well, like I said, they could have been lying to me. I was trusting the people
And then I could just put
to have done
in your
what they
name.
said.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know how. I mean, if 450,000 people, like, you would be like really up there, you know. And Bradley Hingley, I'm seeing there's your YouTube right there.
Which YouTube? I've had a couple.
I'm looking. 68 subscribers. Nope, this is a graphic designer. Bradley Hingley, that's a graphic designer.
Oh, you misspelled my name.
How
Betty.
do you spell it?
Hinge.
Friends for how long and she don't even know how to spell his name. I know how to spell his goddamn name.
E-L-E-Y. Okay. There's an author and a minister. Here's yours. I am a true American vet and American patriot. The channel is to make sure the truth comes out. Then you're talking about part 2 of the Democrats. Brad Hingley, Cobleskill, New York, United States. Author and minister and helper to friends and other real American patriots.
Keep looking hard enough, Betty, and you might find that that false terrorism report here.
Who are legal?
Oh, that was
helping all legal.
that one was done when I was trying to write my memoirs.
Did he say his memoirs or his meemaws? Was he talking about his grandma? Or was he actually talking about writing memoirs? Oh, fuck.
And I was going to self-publish.
There's gold out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And technically, I am a minister with the Universal Life Church. I went online and did everything. Just filled out an application, and they said, congratulations, you're a
And
minister.
it's saying on your Instagram you only got 19 people. One post.
I don't have
19 people.
I don't have Instagram. I signed up for one for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I've looked him up. And I can go on to my my search thing right now because he does have. I think he's got a pretty good record, but no, he didn't have that from what I saw.
So then I killed it. I just never used it again.
That's you.
Yeah, that's years. That's years old. That's very years old.
I'm just showing you what's under your name, babe.
Holy cow. That thing is still up? I thought I took that down. That thing is still going?
Yeah, you've also got this, cops. Cobble.
Oh, shit! Oh, Betty! Betty's gonna use the same... Oh, damn. Let's see what her chat... Well, I'm not... It's... Wow. I'm not gonna show it to where you could see the chat because actually this is backed up like a half an hour, so we won't be able to see what was being said right here. But I want you guys to be able to read this shit too as best as possible. So she's about to call him out on some shit that I've been calling him out for years, and she never did. She didn't fucking believe my fucking... I mean, all she's doing is showing that my fucking research is legit. Isn't it, Betty?
Skill man called in.
Oh, yeah. That happened years ago.
Oh, Oh wow! Betty got him to say, "Oh yeah," because every time I ask him about it, guess what? I always get a, "You're crazy. I've never.
Ago, that happened because a
This
friend
is
of
before you
mine.
ran for president. This is when you was running for president.
Yeah, that's because a friend
In
of
March
mine's
6,
brother.
Just because a friend of mine's brother. It's because a friend of mine's brother.
But you had fucking amnesia when I was asking you, huh? And Betty, again, ignoring this since 2016? Y'all been friends? Man called in fake terror report. What was he doing? Trying to get somebody swatted that he didn't like on the internet. I guess I lucked out this time, didn't I? He didn't want to fucking make the same mistake twice. But these are the type of people that Betty has coddled up with for all these years. So, I mean, thanks, Betty, for showing us who your friends have been for all these years. I mean, I've been saying it for all these years, and you've ignored it, but cool. At least you finally fucking woke up. Maybe that's what she's doing this for, because she wants a pat on the back from Dank. I don't know what the fuck.
That's because a friend of mine's brother happens to be a cop, and I called the terror hotline to find out under the Patriot Act what constituted suspicion of terror, because he was doing a lot of acting real suspicious about everything. And next thing I know, I'm getting arrested for terrorism because the guy kept asking me. So I told him the person's name that I suspected.
Buddy, you do not come out on the fucking paper on some shit for some fucking mistakes, bro. Quit it.
Which was Kurt Holmes.
Betty, you should read that article.
Happens to be a state trooper. Next thing I know, a week later, I'm getting charged. Spent 4 days in Albany County Correctional Facility. And my picture got splashed all over the news.
Yeah, it's saying that you was 40 at the time.
But you denied it for many years, buddy.
Charged with falsely reporting an incident and resisting arrest. Misdemeanors, trooper said.
Well, I didn't resist arrest.
To fabricate.
I didn't resist arrest, but everything else I did. Hello? He fucking admits it.
To fabricate information about the person for unexplained ulterior motives. He was arraigned, jailed in lieu of bail. And that's pretty much
They did charge me with resisting arrest, but I didn't resist arrest. I was trying to put my electronics back into my house. I told them if I resisted arrest, they wouldn't have made it home.
It's saying that you're accused of falsely reporting that someone was involved in terrorism-related activities, then resisting arrest when police came for you.
And I didn't resist the arrest.
Is pretty much, I didn't even know none of this. I didn't know none of this.
Yeah, I've mentioned it. I've mentioned that my picture got.
Holy shit! Look what happens when liars lie. Look at this. We've got liars lying on top, liars lying on the bottom. Holy shit! When the shit hits the fan, don't kick a cow turd on a hot day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
That splashed all over the news about this. I've even made videos about it. Soon as
Stop the cap. Stop the cap. For real, stop the cap.
I got out and I got
How long was
home.
you in jail?
4 days.
Stop the cap.
Which goes
And
to
then
show
what
that
ended
it
up
was
happening with this?
full. I ended up getting a.
Well, I mean, you can get out on bond, but what ended up happening?
What ended up happening is when I went to court.
What ended up happening?
On the fourth day when I
Quit
went to
thinking so
court,
hard.
what happened was I ended up having a 5-year order of protection against me and be good for a year.
There it is. He wasn't allowed to go around that person that he was trying to fucking get swatted. Shh. Finally admits it.
That's it. And I had to plead to the resisting arrest.
So you got
that was
probation
it.
for a year and a 5-year
Nope.
order of
Not
protection for
even
what?
not even probation. I got what's called
Hey, Ray.
ACOD, action of conditional discharge. And basically that means that as long as I keep my nose clean and I don't get in trouble for a year, the charges go away. And I had to plead to resisting arrest.
But what happened with the terrorism? Like, what happened on that?
Dismissed.
Like, what did they end up doing? Like, did they put you on a terrorism list or something
Nope.
like that, or what?
As far as I know, I'm not on any list. As far as that, it was dismissed. And after a year, the resisting arrest was dismissed.
So after your probation, it's still on your record, but because it can't be.
It wasn't
can't be dropped
probation.
because of the fact that you had to spend time in not probation.
No, it was action of conditional discharge, ACOD. It means basically that you're released on your own recognizance, and as long as you're good for whatever time the judge says, the charges go away. In my case, I had to be good for a year.
So if you looked up
and
your
they
stuff
were
right now, you wouldn't
dismissed.
have anything showing that you got arrested.
Not for those charges. I've been
How come I
arrested
never seen
numerous
Dank's
times.
videos? Well, I don't watch. So they don't have you on a terrorist watch list?
Nope. That's not to say that the cops around here like me and don't harass me and hassle me, because they do, and I've made numerous videos about it. In fact, me and my ex, last year, anytime we came into Cobleskill, whether she was driving or I was driving, we got stopped by the cops and harassed.
All right. Here we go. We got Brad A. Hingley. We got 49 years old at a Cobleskill, which, as we can see right here on the screen, Cobleskill man. Okay. Let's open the report here. Because, yeah, he's right. He's got a fucking lengthy record. Let's see here. Okay, no on the sex offender list. Okay. So, to answer somebody's question there earlier. Oh, let me log in. Hold on. Shit, come on. It's just fucking loading. Hold on. Let's let them talk. I'll let them talk.
I had a cop give me 7 tickets in one stop.
Damn, nigga!
Because he didn't like me. I went to court.
Okay, so what you're saying, because Ray's saying,
All but 3 was thrown out.
Ray's saying, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ray said,
If she's doing that, then she came up a little short.
Is that what happened? He said, so fines and unsupervised probation. But you're saying you didn't get no supervised probation or nothing. You didn't get nothing. You just got arrested.
Nothing. I got arrested, and they said that they offered me a deal that if I pled to the resisting arrest, if I pled guilty to it, that it would be up to the judge, but what they would recommend was what's called an ACOD, which is action of conditional discharge, and they wanted that the person wanted a 5-year order of protection against me.
Who's the
And that's
person?
all I got.
Who's the
Holmes.
person?
Kurt Huntley Holmes. He's the brother of my friend Scott.
Okay, so we got more here that it's saying about you. It says, March 5th, state police arrested Bradley A. Hingley, 40, of Cobblestone, New York, for falsely reporting an incident, 3rd degree, and resisting arrest, both misdemeanors. Hingley had contacted the New York State Terrorism Tips Line and falsely reported information that a subject was engaging in terrorism-related activities. An investigation determined that Hingley had fabricated the false information about the subject's conduct for ulterior motives. Hingley physically resisted arrest while he was being taken into custody. He was arraigned in the town Cobleskill court and remanded to the Scholar County Jail in lieu of bail. The New York State Police.
He was remanded. Fucking genius.
Police continues to encourage the public to contact blah, blah, blah about terrorism, blah, blah, blah. Troopers arrested an Albany County man for multiple charges following a disturbance that occurred at the Holiday Motel in Cobbleskull. And that's somebody else. That's Timothy
Yeah,
Harrington.
that
That's
ain't
somebody
me.
else. Yeah,
That ain't me.
Yeah, you're just
I
in the
don't.
mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, I never stay at the Holiday because that is a very, very bad clientele, as I'll put it. A lot of drugs,
Yeah,
a
I'm
lot of
just
other
trying to
things
find.
going on.
I'm just trying to find everything I can on you because you said that you had like 450,000 people that voted for you. You know, is this?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've been arrested a lot. A lot of times I've been arrested.
Trespassing? When you was 36, did you get 2 trespassing things against you? August the 2nd?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Trespassing?
Yeah, that's because I cut across the railroad tracks.
What was that about?
I literally cut across the railroad tracks.
And they called that trespassing?
Yep.
They called that trespassing going across the railroad tracks?
Yep. Because technically, DH owns it.
What did they do with that? Because he
That
was 36 at the time.
was just a. Oh, I just had to pay a fine.
And it didn't stay on your record either? You just paid a fine?
I paid a fine. That might have stayed. Yeah, that one stayed on my record.
And that's just
Because
crossing railroad tracks? Because
technically,
like I cross railroad tracks. I don't.
I wasn't driving when I crossed railroad tracks. I literally, instead of going
No,
under the railroad
yeah, you
tracks,
can walk.
I walked across the railroad tracks. And this is a very small town,
Yeah,
and
I've done that a lot. I mean,
the cops look for people when it's the beginning of the month and the end of the month. They're watching the railroad tracks because it's a great, easy way to get revenue. You
so you
arrest
pretty
them,
much
you
just got a
charge them with
ticket for that, or did
trespass.
you get arrested?
No, I got arrested for it. I mean, he was going to give me a ticket, but
So they literally
I
watched.
was intoxicated, and I didn't talk nicely to him, so I ended up getting arrested for it. I
Okay, so
was
on
very
to
drunk.
why.
What happened? Uh-oh, what happened? Did my internet mess up again?
No, she kicked herself out.
Oh no.
We're taking over Betty's show.
Yeah, you are. I knocked my own self out like a fucking idiot. I knocked my own self out. Fuck. I'm fucking up everything right now. I'm trying to find some more things to ask you as to why you want to be a president and what you think you could do to change the world, and like what do you think you could bring to the table that others can't, and like why are you running for president? Because I'm trying to interview you
Well,
like you wanted me to.
I'm running for president because I love my country and I don't exactly like the way it's headed now, the position that it's in now, the way it's going. What I bring to the table that seems like most people don't anymore is, well, a common sense approach to fixing problems and a kind of attitude of, you know what, we're going to take care of us first, and if there's anything left over, then we can talk. But we got to take care of our people first. We got vets that are sleeping in the streets, which shouldn't be. We got people and adults, kids going without food. That shouldn't be. We're paying way too high a price for gas because we have to import it when we don't have to. So my main thing is putting America first and not being the police of the world anymore and telling you the UN that if they want to be in this country, having that big building in New York City, well, they could start paying us instead of us paying the most amount to the UN of any country that's in the UN.
Okay, so are you even able to run since you're on medical discharge from the VA?
Yes.
Because aren't you on medical for the brain?
No. I got out due to a metal plate being put in my chest.
Facts, Darlene. That's facts.
When I was shot I had the round go in the back, exit my chest, and it missed my heart by 1/8 of a millimeter.
Oh, that's horrible. So was that over in the Desert Storm,
No, that was in Bosnia.
Bosnia?
The last time I was there.
So how many times did you go back and forth to from this was after the Gulf War, right?
Yes.
They were still fighting over there, like using guns.
Yep.
And so
Officially, I was in Bosnia once. Unofficially, I've been there 6 times.
yeah. Okay. Now one of the things I wonder, because like I mean most of the people, like with my dad, for instance, my stepdad, and my brother, they carry around in their wallet, like I told you, their ID from when they was in the military, so that they can get like their special things, because there's so many different special things that you can get being military.
Yep.
And I'm just
And I
wondering, like,
believe the
you
reason I don't carry it is I believe the guys coming home missing an arm, missing legs, with severe TBIs, which is traumatic brain injuries, they deserve it more than I do. I've got all my limbs.
no, I mean everybody who served in the military deserves it. Everybody who served deserves it. That's why they get it. That's why.
Well, I think
And
that
that's
the
why you
guys
get
coming home,
special treatment. That's why you get special, that's why you get like discounts on your food, discounts on certain things. Your insurance is a discount. Your loans are discounted. Like I can do USAA because my dad was in the military, so I'm underneath him. Things like that. Like, and then my kids and their kids, and it goes down the line forever. Because we're indoctrinated of it. But
it's
What the fuck?
I can at any time I can use USAA. Like I said, I don't use a lot of the benefits that I know I could
I
because
mean,
I feel that
it sounds like you're way more popular than I could ever even imagine being. And with all the things that I have done, public wise, worldwide wise, 450,000 uh, things, but yet I can't find it on the thing about, a write in or nothing about you, like nothing. But you would think with 450,000 votes, you'd be everywhere.
that's what I thought.
Everywhere.
I've been trying to find the exact everything myself, and I've been coming up with none. I said, well, maybe it's an algorithm thing, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but
Maybe they lied to you. Maybe they lied to
I
you and told you. But
I've
like
I've
450,000,
said
baby,
that too.
you would be so popular. Like your shit would be blowing up. You would be making, Your Instagram would have 450,000 followers. Your Facebooks, you'd have pages after pages. Your YouTube would be at 450,000. Like that's
Well,
a lot of
honest,
people. And that's
honestly, I've got pages after pages on Facebook because I've been hacked.
no,
But
I'm
the
talking about
Instagram,
like for me, I had 5,000 on one, and then you have to create pages, and I had 4 other pages, and it had thousands of people. But mine did get hacked, and now I lost it. Even though those pages are still up, they still show the thousands of people I have. My major one got hacked. My major one that runs all those pages. There's only one that I can get into, and then my partner Ian, he can get into the truth against the deep state. But other than that, they're just going to sit there because I can't get into them. I can't get into them. They're gone. Since I got hacked.
I've been hacked multiple times, which is why I had to make multiple pages. And the Instagram, I literally did that just to because someone said, "Oh, you need to check out this person on Instagram." And I said, "Well, I'll look into it." And I didn't know at the time you had to create a page for Instagram, so I just threw one together real quick. I think I did it in like less than 5 minutes, and used the photo from the old phone I had, and just so I could look at this person's pictures and everything to check him out a little bit.
So
And then I honestly haven't thought about it.
so yeah. So did you? I mean, like when who was these people who said you got 450,000 votes?
There's a lot of people on.
Of the people that was not that party that got votes. It says in New York. It says their names. There's 2 different names.
It was a lot of people online, on YouTube and everything.
So just people came and told you that you got 450,000. They don't
That they voted. That they voted for me, and every time someone would tell me that they voted for me, I'd make a little mark in a notebook I had, and then I counted it all up, and I was like, "Dude, if this is true, this is insane."
But 450,000 people would have to know you.
Just watch the videos at different times I talked about it.
For like your YouTube, you would have to be at, I don't know, 250,000 or something for it to go.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured. But then a buddy of mine was like, "Well, if they just talk to this person and then this person talk to this person, it could happen." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I guess if this person talked to someone and then they talk to people, then it could grow like that exponentially." So I was like, "Yeah, it could have happened."
But you would have been like, all your shit though would be overpowering right now. Like when my picture went viral, like it went crazy. Like
that's what I thought. I've never had a viral video. Never.
So how would they and how would they calculate 450,000 votes? I'm so confused on this.
Like I said, I was going live a lot more back then. I was using a system called ORC to go live.
Yeah,
it was working good with the.
What I'm saying is you would have to have at least 200,000 people. Like my videos would hit 65,000 to 600,000 people. That's, you know, how I got really well known on YouTube. But like you have to hit a certain algorithm, you know, you would have people busting down your door, like type of thing.
That's what I thought. And when I was doing lives every other day, at least, I was having a bunch of people come in. And at voting time, I did a live that night. And they were like, "Yeah, we voted for you. We voted for you." And I was like, that's insane that this many people are saying they voted for me. And the next day I counted it up. I was like, I looked
That
over at
means
my buddy Scott.
Their Lord is not happy.
450,000 people, but 450,000 people never came around to you, though. How did you count that up?
Because people were telling me, I voted for you. This one voted for you. My cousin, my sister.
But you would have to have counted 450,000 people coming through to you to tell you that. And that's a lot of people. Like I said, it would have to show in your record that 450,000 people knew of you.
I'm just telling you, I had everybody coming in. I talked to my sister about you. She talked to her husband. They voted for you. Okay, that's 3. I was just doing it on a notepad I had just to, see how many people would say they voted for me for my own mind. And when it was done, I counted it up and I looked over at my buddy Scott and I was like, dude, if this is right, then that's 450,000 people. But what I'm seeing on my YouTube's not adding up. But if that's right, that's insane.
I think Christian wanted to come up and talk to you about your president. Hang on. Here's the StreamYard. You got to click the StreamYard and then come up and
Oh shit, here we go.
chat with him. You got to click
Yeah,
on my
unfortunate.
StreamYard and then put your information in and stuff. I'm sure. So you want
Holy
to run for
cow.
president because you want to stop everything that everybody else wants to stop. You want to stop the homelessness. You want to stop the government from doing everything
Not,
it's been doing.
not only that,
Pretty much what
but
everybody else.
not only that, but I also want to take and stop all the crimes that are going on against our children.
Mm-hmm. Which
Because
Trump did a damn good job on that, cleaning up the streets.
Trump did a hell of a good job on that.
There was
Within
a
the
lot of
first
stuff shut down.
within the first 6 months, within 6 months of Trump being in office, human trafficking dropped 64%.
Mm-hmm. I know.
When he started building the wall, illegals coming across our borders with drugs and everything dropped like 80%. It was insane how good he was doing. So yeah, me and Trump have similar ideas of what we would like to do. Very much similar ideas of what we would like to do for this country. Which is why I said that if he runs, I know I can't beat him. I know I can't. He's more eloquent than me.
I mean, he got 85 million votes, honey. That's million votes.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that I'd beat him. And I know this. But that's not going to stop me from running.
Well, no, I mean, if you want to run, by all means run, That's what I say. I say do whatever it is that your heart desires to do. I tell everybody that. It doesn't mean that you I mean, let's be honest. I know you're not going to win, but hey, at least you put it out there. You tried and you wanted it to. You tried.
Yeah, I tried, and if nothing else, it's an interesting story that I could say, hey, I ran for president twice. Didn't win, didn't even come close, but I ran.
Well, I mean, Tiger King, if he really was on the ballot, he really did run for it. Like, it shows he really did run for it against Trump. He really did.
And Trump demolished him in the polls, didn't he? With votes.
Oh yeah, he didn't even come close. Now he got no, he did get like 300,000 or 400,000 votes. He really did. He really did get that. But he went around campaigning everywhere. Like, he went around everywhere, and then he had people from all over the world, coming to his Tiger thing, to where he could reach out and have a bunch of people. He even had things you know, Tiger King for president, you know, like all, you know, campaign. He had a whole campaign.
Yeah, and he had that whole TV show. He had that whole, is it a TV or Netflix?
Well, Netflix
shows about it.
Netflix came out after he got arrested and put in prison. But he did have a YouTube channel, which I never heard of him, but I guess I wasn't into the big cats or whatever, you know. But he did have he was like in parades. It showed him and it said he was running for president. All kinds of different. I think he even ran for governor in Oklahoma as well. I'd have to look it up, but I believe that he ran for governor.
The first time I ever heard about Tiger King, I was watching someone's video, I forget who, where they were talking about him being arrested for abusing the animals. And I was like, who the hell is this Tiger King?
Yeah. I didn't know who he was either. SDA, what happened to you? SDA.
I'm still here. I'm just listening.
But I am gonna.
I think we're done with our interview. I just he wanted me to interview him, so I did. And I didn't know about any of that stuff, but evidently Dank knew and he made videos, is what Ty said, and that you guys went back and forth. I didn't know that because I don't watch Dank, so I did none of that. And evidently he said that I, since you was one of my mods, and since you was, since you was one of my mods, that I was entangled with you on that and all that, and I didn't even know you. Like, just because somebody's a mod doesn't mean I know them. I don't know you. Like,
What the fuck are you talking about? Entanglement. What are you fucking bullshitting about? Quit trying to fucking bullshit your way out of this one, weirdo.
I don't personally know you. I don't go to your house. I don't visit you. I don't know nothing about you personally.
Yeah, the only thing that I'd say that we are, I mean, I consider you a friend, but
Yeah.
that's it. We don't know each other. We're YouTube friends.
Yeah, I mean, but he made it sound like, from what Ty said, is he made it sound like I was entwined with you with all of this, and that here's another person that's a bad person with that. No, whatever happens with people that are subscribed.
You should have known. You've known, bitch. You've known. Shut the fuck up.
I don't go through their history. I don't go looking at
You're lying.
that should have never been.
You lie too damn much.
Or who I am. You know what I'm saying? That should never.
Yeah, that's not right. You have nothing to do with the choices I've made.
Right, and evidently I was, you know, evidently I was like called the bad person about this, and I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know nothing about this.
First of all, you're not supposed to know anybody. You're not supposed to know anybody on YouTube. You're not supposed to give you information out.
Right.
No,
So
it's
why
supposed
would
to be
you
a no.
advertise it?
Trump for the win. Trump doesn't have to worry about Bwad anymore because Betty exposed him.
So Kristen's coming up right now. All right, welcome, Kristen.
I can only stay a little bit longer. It's after 1 o'clock in the morning.
Brad knows Brad knows something's up. Brad sees someone that looks like he's proud of his military service. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got you. Anything you would like to ask, Brad?
Hey guys,
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
how you doing, buddy?
I'm great.
Nothing much. So what's we getting into tonight, Betty? Just chilling?
Yeah, I was just doing my gossip stuff, and then Brad had asked earlier if I would interview him because he says I'm the best to interview him for
Well, you are.
be president.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he thought that as much lying as he's done for her, I'm sure he didn't see this one coming.
Well, thank you. I don't feel like it, but I mean, I used to do lots.
Betty, stop, girl. You're amazing.
Betty, I've been interviewed before. You are awesome at it.
Well, thank you.
So, Brad,
Yo.
so you were in Delta Force, huh?
Yep.
Wow. That's something to brag about, isn't it?
I don't consider it a bragging point, but most people say that it's that, yeah. But I don't consider it bragging. It's something I did.
I get it. So you got the Congressional Medal of Honor how many times now?
I've got 3.
3.
And I got a lot
Wow.
of pain because of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would have to do a lot to get the Congressional Medal of Honor. I mean, you have to either actually about 90% of them die before they get it to get 3. And that's
Over
not a
that.
bragging point either.
And you still got all your limbs?
What's that?
I said it's over that. Over 90%, I believe.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. They're all dead. Most of them get it, they get it after they're dead.
Get it
So you got
posthumously,
3
yeah.
in your, wow. You were in Delta Force. You got 3 medals of honor, and that's not a bragging point, man. I can't
Not to
imagine
me.
any bar. I can't imagine any bar in this universe you go in and say, "Listen, I got 3 medals of honor. I was in Delta Force. Hey, come home, me baby." I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah, I mean,
I could, but
You could.
yes, I was awarded those medals, but I feel like the guys that didn't come home deserved it more.
Well, of course they do, because they
So-
died.
I don't brag about it.
So you're in upstate New York, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? That's where I grew up.
Oh yeah? Whereabouts?
Oh yeah. I actually graduated from Janesville DeWitt High School.
Where in the world is that? I've heard that the name before. I just can't place it.
Zero
Right now.
Lafayette.
Well, if you've heard the name before, then why would you say where in the world is that? Uh-oh. This is getting good.
That is Lafayette, New York. I know you know where that is. It's only 20 miles from where you said you were at.
Yeah, I've been through Lafayette.
Yeah? Well, that's where I first lived. And I was trying to tell Betty that up in upstate New York, the only cops we got are the stadies. So that part, what you said, was true.
Well, Cobleskill did have its own police force until this year when the mayor decided to overhaul it and
course they
basically
don't, because-
disbanded them.
Well, yeah, they don't need this. They don't need the local cops because the state troopers are there. So
Well,
there's a
They
university.
had their
There's a
own.
university there, right?
We had the state university here. We had our own police force. We had this.
So what do they call? Hey, Brian, what do they call the universities in New York that are state universities?
SUNY,
Yes, sir.
State University of New York.
Yes, sir. And
The-
Cobleskill
the
has
Cobbles-
one.
SUNY Cobleskill Agriculture and Technology.
Yes, sir. Farming and mechanics.
You can ask a question.
and they also do now they also do computers. They do.
They do?
Yep, they do slaughter and slaughtering animals and early childhood development.
Hey,
as
did you go
well.
to both these when you were a kid?
Yeah, I went to Bose's in Schoharie
Okay.
County in Schoharie.
yeah.
How long are you going to be on?
As long as you want me to go. If you want to go now, I will.
Yeah, it's just a
I
little
need to
bit
get some
longer.
sleep, so I am gonna have to get off here, but I am planning on going live tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do it around 2.
Okay. You got to look at the comments, though.
I've went live since then, and I'm trying to make myself watch the comments more. When I start talking with someone, I tend to forget to look in the comments.
Hey, Betty, thanks for your gossip column.
Gotcha.
Thanks for what you do. And before that, thank you for forgiving me when my blood sugar was messed up. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
Brad, thanks for doing the interview with me. I'm glad that, I was able to do that. And good luck to you on.
This Christian guy didn't even ask him to show any fucking proof. What the fuck over?
Running for president. Good luck on all your Medal of Honors that you've gotten. I mean, congratulations on that. That's a big thing because, none of my family members ever got that. And like I said, my stepfather was
Neither
in
is anybody
27.
else that I know.
He
And my
didn't get
brother
wounded.
was served. I just want to say this one last thing, okay?
Mhm.
My brother served 18 years in the Army. He was in Walter Reed for almost 2 years because he has 100% disability. And he was a staff sergeant. And he wrote SOPs for the M1 Abrams tanks. And he didn't get no damn Medal of Honor, let alone 3. And he's from Baldwinsville, New York.
That's not far away.
Nope. So I'm doing as Betty says. I'm going to keep it civil.
I thought, well, yeah, I want everything to keep civil because.
Yes, ma'am. Of course you do. You're a pro. You're a pro.
Not.
That she is.
I like to keep things professional.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyways, I just say
Professional. Catch her on Meet Me after this.
For getting those awards and stuff, those medals, because I've seen even people wounded, but they never got the medal. I've seen them wounded come home, but they never got
They had
a
a
medal.
Purple Heart, though, because you can get a scratch on your butt for that and get a Purple Heart, but
yeah, I don't even know if they got that. I don't.
you can get a broken hand trying to wipe your butt at the latrine, you'll get a Purple Heart, but Medal of Honor,
That's sad.
that's something different. Silver Cross, that's something entirely different. But, Purple Heart, like I said, you can break your hand wiping your butt at the latrine and you'll get a Purple Heart. That's called the Everybody Medal. Just a fact. There ain't no presidential speeches, and you're lucky. You're lucky if your commander or your lieutenant, your captain doesn't throw it at you across the table. So here you go.
See, I thought
No
that the
Medal
Purple
of
Heart was
Honor?
bigger than anything
No.
else.
Purple Heart is just being wounded in battle. A Silver Cross is being extremely valorous in battle, but it doesn't include what the Medal of Honor includes, which means that if you are willing to risk your life and limb to save another fellow soldier, that's the Medal of Honor is. And believe me, if someone gets a Medal of Honor, they're on TV.
Why don't you stick around and tell us a story, Brad?
That's how serious it is, because most of them are dead. So if you get 3 Medals of Honor, we can look at you on NBC, right? Right, Brian? Because the president has to give it to you. Not only does Congress have to vote if you get it, so yeah, we'll look for you on TV. We'll see you on TV, okay? And then all the doubts and questions she had, like about the picture of you being in the military, because when you join the military, you all have to sit for a mugshot, whether it's Navy, Army, Marines, whatever. You have to sit for your mugshot.
Yep.
So Yeah, so we'll see you on TV, buddy. And good luck with your presidential bid.
Thank you. And
Yes, sir.
thanks everyone for being here. Thank you, Betty, for doing the interview. But I'm sitting here starting to fall asleep, so I gotta
Go to
get
sleep.
some
Okay.
sleep.
Spend a knee.
Ooh, doggy.
All right.
All right.
All right, Christian.
That
Thanks for coming
dude-
up and asking some questions.
I'm sorry, I have to say this, Betty. That dude was full of crap up to his eyeballs. And you know it. And what I was bragging about with you is how amazing you were at being calm and collected.
Well, see, the thing is with me, I don't know what any medals are because I'm not a medal specialist.
Well, the Medal of Honor, you have to be
So
voted
I
by
don't know.
Congress. And the president puts it around your neck. And it's on TV because it's a major deal.
Oh, wow.
It's a major deal. The Medal of Honor, you can look it up. There's probably only been 50 of them awarded in the entire world ever.
Look up any person's name that has been awarded the Medal of Honor. You'll find that comes up as like the first thing in the search. Brad, it was some other dude's YouTube.
Hang on.
And I'm sorry,
Look.
but considering that my brother
See, I
served 18
do
years,
interviews and stuff. I just try to help.
no, it's not about you. You handled it amazingly. And what you don't know,
like
you don't
I
know.
said, my stepfather served 27 and a half, but he never